Always such a wonderful time to hang out in the islands of Tahiti. We are here on such a special corner of the island. They call it the end of the road because the road stops, and we'll see a school boat go by on the mornings, picking up the kids that don't really have access to the road, and they're all jumping in the boat with their backpacks, preparing for school. I think you kind of want a boat or a ski before you'd want a car if you grew up on this side of the island. As we look at a brand new heat just getting started, Pupo takes on Connor O'Leary and Jake Marshall, as we have Connor setting up the opening ride. Nice weave and a calm start there. Pops out the other end to just get the rotation going. And also seeing Jake Marshall, the rookie from Encinitas, California, just up and up.
Yeah, quick start from the boys. And yeah, I know Connor O'Leary has been here a long time. We've seen Miggy just pulling through the back of that one. He has just watched his brother Sammy serve a really smart heat and get the win.
O'Leary, a big, strong kid. Real easy to hang out with behind the scenes. Part of that big travel crew that includes Jackson Baker and company. Paddling into this one, Miguel Pupo gets some shade. Extended section in the pit. And one of the best styles in the game. I just want to get the review from Sammy Pupo, who's on the boat with Dimity Stoyle. Just did a big full rotation on one of the passes as we look at the last wave and the opening ride of Miguel Pupo.
Yeah, nice long tube there for Miguel, you know, just slicing in and slowing down, just maximizing that barrel time. He was deep, he was high, and he just...
But they got the news that he officially qualified and the celebrations began. Pupo steps into another one. Perfection here at Teahupo'o.
The technicality and the length of the barrel, and then obviously the cleanness of the exit. So, you know, that was a nice one from Sammy. You could just see he was wider than the pack there, and you know, nothing too big and crazy, but just a nice backup for him. He'll put the pressure on.
Standing by for numbers of last of Miguel Pupo, and looks like we do have a takeoff from the California Jake Marshall. Just a quick look at the pit there, as he's still warming up here in heat number 8 of the opening round.
And just can swoop as we see Connor O'Leary deep.
Connor O'Leary had an opener of a 1.93. Pupo at the moment, the Miguel version, currently in the lead of this heat. Connor O'Leary lunging into a round cave over the foam ball. And the Australian, guided by his mullet, sends himself into the channel to a loud eruption from the fans.
Got that mullet haircut and loved how he pushed over that second section there and just muscled his way through that foam ball. You know, just, you know, held on the brakes and then started getting moving there because he knew that that big west bowl section was going to be hard to make it through. So, you know, Mac, just long barrel there for Connor.
So strong in his power base. That first drive through the pit set up everything, didn't it, Laura?
It really did. He drove through that section and then sort of just knew that he could slow down a little bit here. And this is what made him be in the perfect position when this next west section through, and he had to muscle his way and spent a lot of time on that foam ball. Just coming out there, Connor O'Leary.
Such a great example of being a goofy foot out here and knowing how to do it really well.
You know, for Felipe, he's just probably watched Miguel and Sammy Pupo get 13, 14-point totals and be in the lead.
As we see a lunge into a pit, nice line, clean exit. Connor O'Leary trying to get a 4.9 quickly. Under priority, Miguel Pupo.
Yeah, it was inside, but he got a nice little pump through that. Wasn't super deep, but he definitely disappeared for a while. Loved how low he got from the start there and just slowed himself down, stood up quickly. I think he almost could have maybe slowed himself down a bit more, but you know, look, 3.17, he just didn't get the score there. So probably going to kick himself that if he'd been able to just park it a bit more in this tube, he could have potentially got the 4.9 needed.
Speed management, isn't it, Laura? Just that first drive, it was really crucial to get over the first section and avoid the foam ball. But it gave him so much momentum. He wasn't able to show that he was deep enough to get the score. He's had a series of 25ths for the majority of his career. As we look at a deep approach from Connor O'Leary. flying into the channel. What a great read there. And I felt like he did much better than his 3.17, chasing a 4.9 for the lead.
Kind of scratching. He only just got into this. A bit of a drop and slowing down to maximize that barrel there. So a lot deeper and better from Connor there.
Such an incredible reaction. He had to really giddy up as soon as he got to his feet.
So cool, and that West Bowl just threw and went so round and wide. I think it was too small as we see a set come through.
Jake Marshall putting his head down, grabbing the rail, just a quick vision on that effort, and he'll hop out into the channel. He had a 2.37 before that. Marshall trying to break the combination to take the lead off Pupo. A hard charging athlete, famous for big performances here in Tahiti. Another look for Jake Marshall. Lip kind of landing on him a bit on that effort.
Didn't really have that as Connor. Another roll of the dice.
Staying nice and compact, a higher line, but not much of a section there. He's enjoying his time, but he's really more interested in his wave previous to see if he will get the lead. Numbers locking in now for Connor, a 7.03. As we look at this wave going below sea level, a bomb for Pupo. Engulfed in the spit, and he is flexing, waiting for the score. Needs an 8.63 to go into the lead. That
was wild. Miguel Pupo, we heard the crowd start to erupt just at the sight of that wave. Tippy toe takeoff, feet right up the board, so deep, completely disappeared that wave, just spitting the whole entire time. What an absolute bomb from Miguel Pupo. Just riding this to absolute perfection. The wave of the heat, this is going to be an excellent score.
Special feeling for Miguel Pupo.
Don't break that board, it looks good, brother. Wow.
Set himself up so well for Miguel. That would have felt nice and easy. Got control of the rail quickly.
Wow, just the ability to be in that position. The positioning was where he had to be to make this wave because it drew out so much. His rail was engaged from the get-go. He didn't have to elevate it.
And now Jake Marshall with 18 seconds gets a nice clean exit, maybe his best wave of the matchup, as he'll have a nice warm-up for the elimination round. It's coming down to Miguel and Connor. Scores are locking in at 8.27. Not enough for Miguel Pupo. Stays in second. Connor O'Leary stays in first with an 8.6 and a 7.03.